Hello, welcome. How is everyone doing? Today is a bit different. I've got the Against the Storm devs with me. I will introduce them in just a moment, or they'll introduce themselves. And they're going to be talking about the new upcoming Twitch integration thing, which you can see in the chat. It's going to be fun. You're going to kill me, aren't you? Anyway, oh God, now the dog needs to come say hi. Hi, dog. Yeah, not now, mate. Not now. Box, hello, buddy. How you doing? Right, so I am going to bring these guys in. Give me 2 seconds. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. It's nice to hear you. It's nice everything is working.
Yeah, thanks, Sean, for having us, and thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. We'll quickly introduce ourselves. My name is Luke, and together with Michał, we're working at Eremite Games. We're developing Against the Storm. I'm taking care of marketing, while Michał is lead developer. You can't see us, but we're looking very handsome today, and we're all cheerful and we're all happy to be here. So we're here. We're joining you, Sean, because you're working with Hooded Horse, our publisher. So we're part of this big, lovely Hooded Horse family.
Yep.
And so we figured, as tomorrow's update is mainly focused on the Twitch integration, so it's very interesting mainly for streamers, but not only. We'll talk about it later. So we figured it would be best to join you, and also because one of the features requires affiliate status, and we don't have it because we don't have that much time to stream that often. So yeah, I'm happy that you allowed us to join you today, and I can't wait to show everyone what we're cooking for you for tomorrow's update. So hello all. If you are coming from our Discord, or if you played Against the Storm before, let us know in the chat. Perhaps without further ado, the main highlight of tomorrow's update is going to be that Twitch integration. I know that you've already set up everything, so maybe let's show people how easy it is to start using Twitch integration on your stream. So if you go to options, there's a Twitch tab in which you can easily log in with your Twitch account. You don't need any additional bots, additional Twitch extensions. That was one of the things that we wanted. We wanted this integration to be as easy to use as possible. So no additional tools are required. Just if you have the game, if you have your Twitch account, you just log in and you can start using it. There's one thing. One of the features is locked behind Twitch polls, so you need to use native Twitch polls for voting, and native Twitch polls are only available for affiliate and partners. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But as you have affiliate status, we will have fun today. And the other feature, minigame, doesn't require any additional status, so it's available for everyone. Okay, so there are a lot of things that you can set there, customize to match your preferences, to match your pacing, difficulty, and all other things. So let's start a new game and give your audience a chance to ruin your game.
Yeah, they're gonna ruin me totally. Okay, so I'm gonna go with over here. Yeah, here.
Go with maybe Royal Woodlands, the basic one. And so here's already the first step when people can choose which of the starting caravans you will begin with. So in the left panel, when you click on the vote, people will be able to vote on one of the starting caravans. So in one of those options, you'll have lizards and beavers guaranteed. In the other, you'll have lizards and two random species. Also, of course, different resources. So people can vote via polls. And as I can see, we have a tie. So
Yep.
in case of the tie, I think you are free to choose whatever you prefer.
I'll go with the top one, I reckon.
Yep.
Yeah. That vote was short. I'm pretty sure you can actually change the settings, so we can make it longer if it is too short.
Excellent.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is possible. So, Michał, I believe we can change it still, right?
Yeah, of course, of course. It's
So if I go,
whatever you want, basically.
So I'll pick that and that.
Yeah, so we can start the game and do it from
And then
there.
we can change it from the settings there. That's fine.
Yep.
Make mine 40 seconds. Okay, they're on. Well, I will do similar. So here we go. Options, switch, polls, channel points per vote, poll duration. Yeah, mine's set to 15. There we go.
Yeah, 15 is the default one. But yeah, depending on your stream, probably more is better. Okay, so I think that's it. And so one of the features that the new update is introducing are the Twitch chat polls. So
Yep.
as we were already able to see, viewers can decide on starting caravans, blueprints, perks, orders, newcomers. So that's one of the things. And the other thing is the chat minigame. So if you people in the chat, if you type !help, there will be a list of commands on the screen that you can use. So basically, there are two opposing factions, Forest Guardians and Council of Elders. Forest Guardians are going to sabotage your expansion into the forest, while Council of Elders will actively help you. Each faction has free abilities which are controlled by players. So when you type join town or join forest, depending on the number of people that want to participate, the game will randomly choose. Right, Michał? That's randomly or
Yep.
first? Okay, so randomly, 3 people will be chosen for each faction, and those people will be announced via a notification, so everyone will be able to see that they are now sitting on the council or are one of the forest guardians. Their names will appear above villager models and above certain forest glades. So those people who are chosen will be able to choose from 3 different abilities that are listed in the message after you type help. So Guardians.
Initially, to give you some space, some breathing space, the game doesn't like automatically like the game starts as pause, so you can check everything, and as soon as you unpause the game, everyone will be assigned their roles. So that's why we don't see any guardians or council yet.
Okay, makes sense.
So I think you can unpause the game and start doing the basic things while we will continue to talk a little bit more about the integration and also maybe give some hints or just rely on people not being too mean to you.
People will be mean. I'm fully
only negative effects. Yes. So like we mentioned, each faction has can choose from one of the 3 abilities, and perhaps Michał, you would like to talk a little bit more about those abilities, how we chose them, what was the idea behind different abilities.
Sure. So the abilities are picked in such a way that they should more or less balance each other if each faction is playing correctly. but on the other hand, they are playing to different weaknesses and strengths that your town has. So the philosophy is that out of 3 skills, one is the passive one that is always good to apply. It's not like it's good in every situation. So for guardians, that is the poison, which basically strains your food production, it removes passively the food. And on the council side, it's passive production bonus. It's 5% to extra production chance. The second ability, the second role is a bit more situational, but also can be very useful in most cases. So on the council side, it's a bonus to resolve, it's a tail. And on the guardian side, it's anger, it adds to the hostility. So the chat can actually find a way to, for example, increase the level of the forest hostility of the forest, for example, during the storm. And the last row is basically very situational. It's niche. It's meant to actively disrupt or help or save the streamer, but it's only applicable in certain situations. So it's a speech on the council side. It will basically slow down your villagers. It will prevent your villagers from leaving. They will live slower. And on the guardian side, it's chant, and chant will slow down your events. Basically, it will increase the duration of the events. So both of those abilities are, in most cases, they do nothing because you are not working constantly on the events. But if they are applied correctly in like certain circumstances, they can be very impactful.
Sounds quite good. Sounds really good, actually.
So even if somebody just started and has no idea what to pick, he can always like apply the poison or apply the bonus to production and still be of some use, if I can say so. But if he improves, if he learn more about the game, he can actually do some real harm or help in some meaningful way.
I get the feeling people are going to be going for hurting more than helping, if I'm honest. Right, so we've got another vote that we can do, so we can do the cornerstone. So I'll start that one off, and we'll see what wins. Just like the devs to know that after 75 hours in the demo, I decided to purchase the game. The demo wasn't long enough.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for playing the demo. I'm happy that you spent so many hours in it. That's one of the cool things that we did. I think that the demo has unlimited time. Like you can play for as long as you want on one of the 5 biomes. There's the progression is capped at some point. So if you haven't played Against the Storm yet and you find the game interesting after this stream, there's a demo available. And I think tomorrow the spring sale starts, so the game will be on sale as well on Steam. So yeah, perfect opportunity to at least give it a try. Okay, so we're starting another vote.
Yep,
So
we're going on to another one.
Either Foragers Camp, Trappers Camp, or Plantation. Michał, if it was up to you, what would you choose?
Probably Trappers Camp, just so we can find just so we can use these nodes full of meat down below to our advantage.
Yeah, let's see what people will do. Okay. I can see the results in real time.
Yep.
I guess you, Sean, you cannot see it, right?
Nah, I'm leaving. I could try to like keep an eye on it, but no, I'll plantations, right? So I'll do one for now. So they gave us a plantation. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So this is important. If you let your viewers vote, the results are binding. So if whatever they choose, you are stuck with it.
Yep.
Of course, you can, in certain situations, you can just decide not to run the vote and
Yep.
instead choose for yourself. In case of a tie, as we already saw, you are free to choose from the two options that got most of the votes, or three options if it's free.
Yep. So. Oh god! All right, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it to the chat again. I'm putting my full faith that people will be nice to me. Full faith, and I'm about to be proven wrong, aren't I? Oh, why do I do this? I think I'm just gonna have to do streams where I just leave it entirely up to the chat. They can play the whole thing for me. And then if it goes wrong, it's entirely not my fault. I can't be blamed for once.
Exactly.
Which order is good?
Yeah, so before next votes, perhaps we could also read what are the choices so that viewers are better informed. You cannot see this, but in the poll, we can only see the title of the order or
Okay, so we got that. So we'll do the next one as well. So we get trappers. So we have to get at least 6 lizards for 30 seconds, which I think, I can't remember how many we've got. We've got a couple, but it's not 6. I'm pretty sure it's not. Or produce 10 planks. I think they're both going to be quite difficult to manage. Planks might be slightly easier to manage, because obviously it's a bit more random as to what if we're going to get lizards or not.
Yeah,
so might not necessarily be able to control that one too much.
Planks should be cool. The trappers have, in my opinion, cool and better rewards. But
yeah, it would give us the trappers camp, which is useful. I have 7 lizards. Oh, so we can do the lizards straight away and get the trappers camp.
If the chat is kind enough.
If the chat's gonna be nice. Hey, chat was nice.
Yeah, you have really nice community.
Right, so we'll do the last one, which is the lizard's resolve is 10 for 30 seconds. Beaver's resolve is 16 for 30 seconds. Rewards would either get 2 lizards or 2 beavers, 30 meat or 30 roots. Lizards might be easier. No. Beavers would be easier because their resolve is already higher anyway. So yeah, both can work. Yeah, chat picked plantation over the trapper. Is lizard easier? Oh. I would have thought that beaver would have been because it's already higher. But then this is me. I randomly just press everything in a game and hope for the best, so.
It's probably a bit easier because you can put the lizard into the fireplace and he will be comfortable there, so it's always a bit easier to satisfy them.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we've got the lizards. So we've got our 3 things that we've got to do. So I have to get building materials. We have to get the lizard's resolve up. So there is a lizard in the hearth already. So that's fine.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see Ron Empire in the chat.
Yeah.
If you don't know Ron, he also streams a lot of Against the Storm. I mean, he's the number 1 streamer when it comes to Against the Storm. When it comes to number of hours streamed, if you are looking to learn more about the game, Ron Empire on Twitch is the place to go. Ron is super cool, and he will also appear in tomorrow's update notes because he helped us test this integration a lot when it was in the closed beta and experimental phase, which we are super grateful for that. Yeah. So one of the things we do with Against the Storm is that we push updates every 2 weeks. So this is info for all of you who don't know much about Against the Storm. We push updates every 2 weeks. On every Thursday, on every second Thursday there's an update. Tomorrow we are pushing the Twitch integration update, and from time to time we also do experimental updates. So we push um, some features that are in the very early steps of the development, because we really like to know people's opinion very early in the process. And yeah, so if you join Against the Storm's early access, you can expect to be involved in the development process by, for example, those experimental updates. We also have a board where everyone can post their suggestions for new features, and people can vote for those ideas. Yeah, and one of the most requested things, perhaps not on the board, but in general, was the Twitch integration. We are very grateful to everyone who streamed Against the Storm already. We have like the results on Twitch are very, very like we were super surprised to see that we still have around 2,500 unique streamers playing Against the Storm every month, even though we are like half a year after Steam release. And yeah, so we are super grateful for that. And with Twitch integration, we wanted to give back to all those awesome people who play Against the Storm on Twitch, and who help us promote the game among people. So this is like our like a thank you update to all the streamers. But it's not only about streamers in this update. We also introduce a couple more interesting features. So, for example, if you click on the hearth, people will notice that there's a new fuel prioritization feature. So right now you can choose which fuel will be used in the first place, in the second, etc., etc. And also near the burning fire, you can see the icon of currently burning fuel. So I think this is very useful for people, and it was also requested on multiple occasions. So yeah, I think that's very cool.
That's a really good thing to have in there. Really, really good.
We also looked at the orders and forest mysteries, and we rebalanced multiple of those. On this occasion, we are also adding 2 new orders and 2 new forest mysteries. Let me check the update notes. Perhaps I could share some details about those. Yeah, so the 2 new forest mysteries, the one is Drizzle. Oh, it's free? I think it's free. But we announced two. But I see free in the changelog. I'm as surprised as you are. So drizzle anomaly. The rain seems to fall slower. Gain 50 drizzle water per minute during the drizzle. So this is one of the forest mysteries. The other one is scavenging season. The drizzle in this region is very mild, making it the perfect season for looting. Increases the chance of bringing back twice as many goods from glade events solved during the drizzle. Yeah, so in both of those forest mysteries, it's all about the drizzle. Unyielding corruption. The spreading corruption strikes fear in the hearts of your villagers. No amount of assurances or flattery can change that. Favoring is unavailable while the hearth is being corrupted. Ooh, that's a strong one. That's a strong one. So those are the new forest mysteries coming in tomorrow's update. And we also have new orders. The first one is restoration. You need to convert glade events into positive. Wait. Restoration. Convert glade events into positive decorations. Yep, you need to convert glade events into positive decorations. The other one, gifts for the queen. Choose the send to citadel option when solving glade events. So the new orders are tied to glade events. This was probably boring for the people who don't know Against the Storm, but I hope that people who are actively following all our update notes will like the new orders. And by the way, I forgot to mention, but if anyone has any questions regarding the new update or previous updates or anything in general, like our favorite food, please feel free to let us know in the chat. In between trying to screw Barely Tactical's game with your poison or anger abilities.
We'll also do another vote as well, so we can get a bakery, cookhouse, or a provisioner. I'll leave that up to you guys. I suppose cookhouse is probably the most useful. Perhaps a provisioner, but probably a cookhouse is the most useful in this situation. So, because I can get the skewers, we can use the meat that we're getting. Flour. Pretty sure we can get flour.
Now is the time to take back what's ours.
And depends. Do you like to trade? I end up forgetting about trade 99% of the time because I end up forgetting everything. I get too distracted and then end up just picking the wrong thing and going, oh, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. Okay, so we need some more space. So I kind of need to make sure we are getting another wood cutting camp in, I believe. Yeah. Get another one in down here. And then we can clear all this. Start getting more room. There's a lot to trap. There is a lot, yeah. And I've got... The way I like describing my attention span is like goldfish that have been electrified.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There is, yeah.
At the same time, fortunately, you always have the active pause, so you can pause.
Yeah.
Some time to think, and then resume the game. I also know that this is not like the perfect game to play and chat at the same time and interact with your viewers. I mean, there are people who can do it, but you need to be proficient with the game.
Yeah.
You need to play as much as Ron.
Yeah, so, you need to play a lot. Okay, so we can pick some newcomers. We can either have one of each, or we can have 2 lizards and 1 human. I kind of have no preference on this, so I'll leave it entirely up to you.
Now is the time.
Hey, thank you for the sub. Much appreciated. Beavers all day. I keep seeing about beavers. I believe there's one person on Twitter that I keep seeing who keeps putting up about the beavers. I can't remember the name. Narrow the focus of your lumber mills and put them together. That's a good point. See, I'm not efficient like this. I'm not like, no. I end up making a mess and then going, why is it not working? Yeah. I'm called Barely for a reason. Devs, consider adding some something to indicate which group is 1 and which is 2.
Yeah, that's a good feedback. Maybe something like group left or group right. Michał, what do you think about it?
Probably some indication that it would be useful. True.
Yeah. Okay, we're putting it on our list, and we probably won't be able to change it before tomorrow's update. I mean, I'm sure we won't be able to change it because the texts have already been sent to the translations. But this is a very, very good suggestion, and we'll keep it in mind for future updates. And meanwhile, I think there's one more thing to the chat minigame that we didn't mention. Right now, you can see people, your villagers have chat names above them, but there are also people above the glades. So the forest guardians, they occupy glades, and perhaps Michał will tell a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so everyone who participate in the game as a guardian or as a council member has a like representation. He possesses one character in the game. So for villagers, it's easy. It's one of the villagers. If you click on somebody, you'll have the name of the player. And once this character, this villager, dies or leaves, the player also is removed from the from his position, and his ability is disabled. And there will be like, depending on the settings, like 60 seconds of cooldown before next person is assigned there. So if villagers start dying, it can even like it can make things even worse, because streamer will lose the abilities buffing him. But on the other hand, if someone is very nasty with his debuff, you can see that they're hiding on the glades nearby. And if you open this glade, there will be an event that is controlled, let's say, by this player. If this event is resolved, then the guardian is defeated. There is also a cooldown of like 60 seconds. His ability is disabled, and then the other person will take control of the guardian on some other glade. So basically, if you really hate someone, if someone is really nasty, you can always try to target his glade and defeat him there. That also allows us to have some rotation, so people are not stuck too long as a member of the council or as a guardian. But on the other hand, you have to actively try to get rid of them, let's say.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because at least then it gives everyone a good chance to have a go on it as well, which is quite nice.
True.
Okay, so we can choose a cornerstone. We have Calming the Forest or Work Safety Guide. So we can have every 2 newly completed dangerous and forbidden glade events lowers hostility by -50. Or we can have a standardized set of rules. Every 5 villagers with a need for education fulfilled will increase global production speed by 25%. Expected to gain nothing. That's about right for me. There we go. Let's do the vote, and we'll see what gets picked. I think probably Calming the Forest is the better option here, because I'm not gaining anything from the other option, so...
The Calming the Forest is very good at the beginning of the game, because it's working retroactively.
Yeah, it's a really useful one to get very quickly.
The Work Safety Guide becomes much better when you unlock the harpies, because then both the harpies and beavers can influence this perk, so it becomes much more powerful.
Calming the Forest. We got that one.
You have such a nice community, such
I know.
nice chat.
Yeah, they're being kind. They're not normally this nice to me. They're behaving because you guys are here. That's what it is. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can have a brewery, we can have a rain mill, or a clothier. Guess it's time to be evil. Oh no! I've set this up, isn't it? How hard is it to balance a game like this? How do you mean balance?
Oh yeah, very interesting question. Michał, how about balancing a game which is different every time?
It's easy, like if you have 2 years to do it. No, it's not that bad. Like with community like ours, and with the such a frequent updates and a bit of analytics, it's very doable.
You know, we have one thing in common. We also have a very kind and nice community, and they keep sharing their feedback with us. So we get a lot of suggestions, but also like thoughts about balance. And with bi-weekly updates, we keep this constant stream of new things for players, and in return, we get a constant stream of feedback regarding balance, new features and stuff. But yeah, so one of the things we also notice is that, well, as the game is a bit different each time you play, It's a varying experience for players. For some, it can be super easy. For some, it will be super hard. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to balance, and we have to look at this bigger picture. That's when the analytics come in handy. We also keep a huge spreadsheet of feedback, so this is also useful. Yeah, but this was very good question. It's definitely not that easy as Michał makes it sound.
Right, I need to try to clear down this space so we can get into the glades. And then we should have some more room to build things, which will be really handy. Choosing orders.
In the meantime, so there are but a couple more things that are coming in tomorrow's update. So one of the other bigger things is that we are actively working on optimization. So in tomorrow's update, we are introducing some improvements to the game's overall performance and stability. We've been looking at various reports that we received from players, and we are trying to deal with some of the reported solutions. There's some of the reported issues. And as usual, there's a big chunk of fixes and balance changes. So apart from forest mysteries rebalance and orders rebalance, there is a hefty portion of general balance changes. And with tomorrow's Twitch integration update, we are finishing yet another entry from our early access roadmap. I think we've already done like almost half of them, and with species update, we are going to finish almost the entire roadmap. And speaking of species, in tomorrow's update notes, we'll have a small surprise for you. We'll present how Fox Villager looks in the game. So this is cool, something you've never seen before, and we're happy to shed more light on this new species that is coming to the game next month. I think I'm already free to share that the species update is scheduled for the next month. We'll share more info in the upcoming update notes and on our social media. So follow us wherever you prefer. But we are actively working on species in parallel with all the regular updates. So this is exactly why this update features Twitch integration, because our graphic designer, our game designer, they're working on species, and so Michał, who's here with us, developer, had more time to work on features that don't require a lot of graphical input.
Disappointed bats weren't chosen.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that bats weren't chosen. Yeah, a lot of people will end up a bit disappointed, especially all the frogs lovers.
I mean, they were all good choices. It was difficult. It's definitely difficult. I still want a Professor Bear in this at some point. There needs to be a bear that's a professor. It would be perfect.
Yeah, maybe there will be a bear trader. We like to put some Easter eggs in traders' personas. So
yeah, that would be cool.
There's one who's a tribute to Hooded Horse. I forgot his name.
It's basically a hooded horse. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hooded horse, like the one you have on your hoodie.
My lovely hoodie.
Dullahan. Yeah, that's Dullahan.
Mystery box. Bears eat fishes, right? Fishing content coming soon. Wouldn't the lizards have eaten the frogs? Maybe you could get some kind of like, yeah, you know, if you don't give them enough food, they'd just start eating each other. See?
That's one option. Yeah, definitely.
That's grim. That's grim.
Right, so let's pick another blueprint. We can have a carpenter, brewery, or a forager's camp. I don't think any of these particularly stand out straight away. Maybe apart from the carpenter. Things got dark real fast. What do you expect? It's me. Do you think the game balance is currently too easy or too hard? It seems some players clear P20 with 100% win rate easily, while others may already find veteran difficulty tough.
It's a really tough question because if you put this question that way, that sounds like balance is in pretty good shape because it presents like wide range of challenges. But I think your question is more about, hey, can you make a game a bit more difficult for all the Prestige 20 players? And we have some plans for it, but I can't spill the beans yet.
Yeah, I'd agree. It definitely sounds like if it's a case of it's a very mixed sort of reception of how well some people are doing compared to others. It's definitely balanced pretty well already because you otherwise, if it's too easy, you're doing something wrong, and if it's too hard, then again something's not right. So Prestige 20 hype. I think I'd probably be in my 60s before I'd manage to reach that. Ooh, we've broke through.
Maybe allow us to mix and match prestige modifiers like the Pact in Hades. We recently introduced training expeditions. So this is a custom mode in which you can choose, like select various aspects of the game, like modify your experience. So you can choose from all the forest mysteries, all prestige modifiers, world map modifiers, the length of the game, etc. Starting resources, starting blueprints. So you can already to some extent modify the game to your liking. You are not rewarded with the regular Citadel resources because you can, because of the variety that you are offered. It's easy to make super easy games, but it's already possible if you want to challenge yourself with a game where you need to get 30 reputation points, but the queen only has 2 impatient points, for example. So there's a room for trying out different things and challenging yourself. Okay, so I think we'll need to finish shortly, like in 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so
yep.
If chat has any questions, please let us know, people. We are still here for like 10-15 minutes, ready to answer all your questions. And in the meantime, if tomorrow's update is going to be your first Against the Storm update, then please be aware that when the update goes live and you download it, your current settlement will be forced finished. This is because we're introducing new systems to the game every 2 weeks, and if your current settlement wouldn't be forced finished, it could cause some serious game-breaking bugs. So your current settlement will be forced finished, but we're kind enough to reimburse you with Citadel resources that you'd get for winning this game. So even if you lose, then you also win. But if you're working on some deeds, then please remember to finish your settlement before tomorrow's update goes live. We usually release them between 2 p.m. UTC and 4 p.m. UTC. Yep, unless until the summer saving time changes in a few days. That's always super difficult to plan with summer saving time.
I'd imagine that would break things spectacularly if current settlements carried over between patches. Yeah, something that I think that would cause some proper issues somewhere.
Unfortunately, that's very true.
Probably some funny issues as well. You'll probably find some really weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes in our development environment, and it's not always that funny, but sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, right. I can actually build the cookhouse now. Hooray!
If I have a settlement, is it treated as a win after update? Yes. So even if the game force finishes your settlement, it won't be treated as a loss.
What's the wildest bug you've had during development?
I think we had this one situation when we were testing the living matter for the first time, and someone typed seconds in a place where the milliseconds were expected. So it basically covered the whole map, like clone like crazy. I don't know, like thousands of them in a matter of seconds. But that was pretty easy to find, luckily.
Oh, we can either salvage this or rebuild it.
Is Against the Storm 2 something you're thinking about, or are updates for ATS the priority for now? So it's the latter. We are prioritizing Against the Storm, especially that we're still in early access. There are plenty of updates ahead. We don't even like plan for consoles now or something. We would love to, but we're strictly focusing on the PC version. And when we deliver the full release, we'll probably think about the future. I mean, we're constantly thinking about the future. Those are usually terrifying thoughts, like what are we gonna do after Against the Storm? But yeah, for now it's Against the Storm one only. As yeah, there's a lot of updates ahead, and this occupies the majority of our time. So even if we wanted to think about something else, there's not that much time right now. Any more content for Extreme late game planned for full release? I think Michał already mentioned there's something in our heads, but we can't spill the beans yet. Yeah.
It's
Fishing
classified.
content. I think Ron Empire really wants fishing content.
It's fishy.
Yeah. There are a lot of people. Those are one of the most upvoted ideas on our feature request board. So the fishing content and water-related content.
Through the rivers, bridges, there's a lot of potential there. We just need to come up with some design problems, or actually with solutions for those design problems, and prepare all sets of funny animation for villagers swimming, because everyone will have to swim.
Yeah,
that'd be quite interesting.
We can't really confirm anything. Like the only things confirmed are the ones on the roadmap. So, for example, Twitch integration, new species, and new species come with new buildings, new orders, and a lot of new stuff.
True. It's good that Luke says that. It's for us. It's much better to surprise you than to overextend and promise things that we wouldn't be able to deliver.
The lore of the game is cool but very minimal. Are there plans to expand on it, or intentionally it is left to the imagination. Um, the well, perhaps Michal will be able to tell more, but after our previous project, which had too much lore in it,
I mean, do we? If you're talking about lore, we will most likely extend it as we really enjoy doing that. But if you talk about story, we are still hesitant about it because it's very hard to add a story to already completed game that is not mediocre. I'm not saying that we won't try, but for lore, you can be sure that there will be more stuff. For story, I can't say.
I mean, I will say, like, from my perspective, I think having lore built up little bits at a time feels a lot more personal. I think it's a much better touch. So if you start seeing little things appearing about different species in the game or different buildings that have been, they've kind of developed because of things that the community have said and things like that, it kind of gives the game a lot more life to it rather than just chucking down a big load of lore in one go going, that's the lore. Learn it. Yeah.
But our like advantage is that you can play the game for a long time without being like we don't have to explain much for the game to be enjoyable. It's not story driven game, so we don't have to overwhelm you. We can do exactly as you said, like deliver it in small pieces when you already got engaged, like you already starting falling in love with the game. It's much more interesting that way.
we so one of the assumptions was to sneak in some lore in the descriptions of perks of buildings, so like not have a story but tell the lore in other ways through in-game items, descriptions, things like that.
Bear never plays franchises with overwhelming lore. No, I do not play Magic or Warhammer. No.
Okay,
Yes.
so as we need to go back to working on the new update, and I know, Sean, that you also have some responsibilities.
Yeah.
Reinforcements
So
have arrived!
let me once again thank you for having us today, Sean. And
Yeah, no, thank you for joining me.
it was a pleasure. Thank you everyone for watching, for asking the questions. I hope that you'll enjoy tomorrow's update, even if you're not planning to stream. I hope that there will be still something interesting for you in form of fuel prioritization or a sneak peek into Fox Villager model. Once again, thank you all for watching, and I can't wait to have another stream in 2 weeks before the next update. And remember to finish your settlements before tomorrow's update. If you want to buy Against the Storm, maybe wait a little bit. There will be a spring sale on Steam starting tomorrow. Your wallets will thank us later for this tip. Once again, thank you all and have a great day. Oh,
I'll
and
catch
one
you
more thing.
later.
Sorry,
Oh.
I promise this is the last one. The last thing. Right now, we are going to raid Ron Empire.
Reinforcements have
Ron Empire
arrived!
is one of the top Against the Storm players on Twitch, and if you're excited about the game, if you want to see some more, this is the right channel for you. Thank you once again, Sean. Thank you, everyone. I promised this was the last thing I said today.
Thank you very much for joining me. It's been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it.
It was really a pleasure. See you around, guys.
See you later. So, thank you for hanging out with me. This is very unusual for me. I haven't done this kind of thing before. I generally just babble into the microphone and play games absolutely terribly, so it's nice to actually have someone explain the things, and I don't have to pretend like I know what I'm on about, because I really have no clue. I'm back Friday. I'll be back at 6 p.m. British time, sort of 7 p.m. European time, and I can't remember what that is in America. And I might do more of this, or I probably will actually take a look at more of this with the integration, just for a laugh, to see how badly people can kill me off. So I'm going to disappear, though. I need to put my children to bed before they start a riot or something. Thank you so much for hanging out and giving the questions to Dev and everything. Feel free to obviously check it out when the Steam sale drops, like they said, because they save you a few pennies if you haven't already got it. And for now, we're going to chuck the raid over to Ron Empire, who I believe will be doing some of this as well. So go chuck all the angry rioting bears at them and tell them that I sent you. See you later.
Reinforcements have arrived! What's up, everybody? My name is Ron Empire, and welcome to my channel. Alright, thank you for the raid there. You're really tactical. Appreciate that. Let me give you a shout out. I think I spelled that rightly. Yeah, I was gonna say, how's your stream? But I actually watched it, so it was pretty awesome. Exciting to see the developers hanging out on your stream there, and giving you a little walkthrough for tomorrow's update. So that was really exciting. Hey, thank you for that follow there. Thank you for the follow there. Melody, button smash, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Max Gappy, appreciate that. Yeah, today I'm going to stream a little more of the experimental project. Just to give you guys more preview of tomorrow's update. And I also have some exciting news about foxes today. And I was able to get this breaking news. Doves kind of gave me a little inside information. So I want to share that with you guys. You're going to hear it first from me today. They did tell me to put a disclaimer, though. It may change before the experimental branch for foxes, and it may also change after the experimental test for foxes. So Fox's experimental branch is probably going to come after March 30th, roughly, sometimes around after March 30th update. So that's really exciting news, and we're probably going to get the foxes sometimes in April, hopefully early April, but if the experimental's after March 30th, then I'm thinking maybe it's probably going to be around the end of the month. But breaking news I have to share will be the foxes' food choices. Alright, so I know what the foxes are going to be eating, and I will share with you that today. So that's going to be exciting news, and I'm really appreciative of getting that little scoop there to be able to share with you guys. Alright, so let's jump in. Alright, let me enable these sound